Well, it's very difficult the game. Canada is the FIBA ranking world number 3. Nicaragua 73. Today in the first half, 15 turnovers. In all the game, 27 turnovers. 27 offensive rebound, Canada. It's very difficult for us play 40 minutes with Canada team, with your players. It's a great defensive team, better shooter, three-point shoot, and the team defense is good. It's our first game in the AmeriCup Qualifiers 2025. Okay, so it's the first game to Nicaragua. Sunday we have practice. Monday 2 games, and we continue working. Defense, offense, and although with all the players, okay. We have some player absent by injury. Monday can be we have a new players, and Canada is it's a great team, number 3 in the FIBA ranking in the world. In this the game.
Well, we know it was gonna be a difficult game. As our coach said, he was gonna. They are number 3 in the world. They came out. They planned already for the game. They know what they was gonna do. They are pretty good shooters. They're pretty good shooters. Sometimes we help. Sometimes we didn't help, and they was knocking down shots. I think number 1, he came out knocking down shots in the first 2 quarters. We find a way to lock him down. We had the game closed in the first 2 quarters. But then, starting the second half, they went out and they take care of business.
Okay.
press conference following Canada and Nicaragua. Coach, we'll get your thoughts first on tonight's game.
Okay, yeah. First of all, it was excellent playing here in front of the home crowd. You know, I hope everybody that attended the game really enjoyed it, because it's such a fun basketball brand to watch and to be a part of, and to be able to coach this group of guys. It's amazing. I say it to them every day, every time I first see them, and every day that I'm with them, and I really enjoy the 8 days that we're together, because they play basketball the right way, the way it's supposed to be played. They play team defense, they share the ball and play team offense, and hopefully there was some young kids in the stands that really fell in love with the game because of these guys.
Aaron, we'll also get your thoughts.
Yeah, it was great to play on home soil in front of the home fans. Like Coach said, we just try to play the right way on both ends, and just be a team out there, and just make it as difficult as possible. And I think we were able to do that for 40 minutes. And yeah, we're looking forward to the challenge of playing them again on the road.
Questions from the audience?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Coach, just want to ask you just about Aaron himself. 14 points in the first quarter. What did you see from him and Aaron yourself? What was it like for you just getting going early on?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. I've sat up here before, post game with Aaron Best. Obviously, had an opportunity to coach him a few different times, a number of times over the last few years, but I ask so much from him. I ask him to go out there and guard the best player. I ask him to put pressure on the rim. I ask him to keep moving on the perimeter. Everything I'm asking of him it requires a lot of energy and consistency and being relentless, and he is all of that. I'm telling you, I take him anywhere with me, because he plays the right way. And you saw how he impacted the game. I know his 3-point shots and the points that he scored in the first quarter, it's obviously huge, but he impacts the game even more on the defensive end, and his defense creates his offense. His defense creates our team offense. So that's what we talk about a lot, but they were relentless in how they defended, and Aaron Best is a very big part of that.
Yeah, I just tried to just stick to the game plan. As far as shooting, like offense, is always secondary. Comes and goes, but I just try to find my rhythm on the defensive end, and we have a committed group of guys that are willing to sacrifice and do what's necessary on that side of the ball, and yeah, we don't really care who gets the credit for things. It's really a team first mentality, and I think that's what makes us such a good defensive team.
You got 6 guys on this roster that played basketball, university basketball in Canada. Aaron's one of them. Were anybody you sort of been impressed with that you didn't know about? And Aaron, what's it like playing with a bunch of other U Sports guys that kind of went against for years now?
Yeah, I mean, basketball in Canada, even living here, and I'll even go before university level, is my children both played. My daughter's 14, my son's 11, and the youth basketball coming in this country it's unbelievable. There is talent. There are hardworking kids. There are kids that love the game. And then you talk about the 6 players that played university ball. It means a lot to them to, number one, to play here again during these Windows games. There's family and friends there in the stands. There's good college basketball coaches here. Good basketball coaches from kids that are boys and girls ages 6 all the way up through all the levels. And you're seeing why. You're seeing, like we talked about, what Aaron brought to the team, but even when he started banging a couple shots, then his teammates start looking for him a little bit more. They have a good feel of where the hot hand is, and they have a really good understanding of the game, and just the professionalism that they bring to the game. It's off the charts, and it is. It's a real honor to be a part of that.
Yeah, for me, it's always fun to come home and or wherever we need to be, just to link up with the guys again, and get to share stories, catch up with everybody, and then also reminisce about the old times when we used to play against each other. It's a lot of the guys on this team I've played with for a long period of time, and I've been fortunate enough to be a part of a couple of these windows over the past years, and it's always nice to, you know, regroup with the guys and work Canada. So
Both Kyle Alexander and Kyle, which were listed on the roster originally, obviously they're not playing. What was the reason behind that?
Yeah, just didn't work out for them on this window, but just keep an eye on future windows, and they've been a part of this in the past. You know, the first time that I was here, I'm approaching about 5 years in the program, and both of those two have contributed along the way through other different windows and things like that. So you'll see a number of different guys, you know, that are here. Some guys have played in all the games, and nearly all of them, and other guys a few games here and there. So just there's a good talent pool to pick from when it comes to our players that are playing professionally, whether in North America or all over the world. So it's a good group of guys.
For both of you guys, do you sense, for the people that are here, do you sense, you know, an extra level of motivation, an extra higher standard now, seeing what the guys did this summer, winning bronze medal? Do you, like for Aaron, do you feel that in yourself, a higher standard has been set in the Canadian program after seeing that? And Coach, do you see guys even more motivated to kind of after seeing that?
I'll go first. I think it's great to see history made in the country in basketball, and I feel honored to have contributed, you know, the little bit that I contributed to that. So, like, I can't imagine what that means to the younger kids growing up seeing that, and it's going to lead to, I feel like, even more, you know, more NBA level talent coming down the pipeline in the years to come. So I think it's great for everybody to see the success of Canada basketball. So
Yeah, to build off that, there's a lot of momentum building. You know, it's in order to get there. You mentioned the bronze medal, but every time you put on that Team Canada jersey now, like it's continuing to. It's always meant the world. But we want to keep sending a message and keep building that momentum that we're here and we're here to stay and just getting started on it.
And then, Coach, for you personally, like you say, you've been here 5-6 years. This program went through a head coaching change, kept you on, and now has made you the head coach for this window. What does that mean to you personally, just the faith that Canada basketball has showed?
Yeah, you know, we do a good job with our entire staff, with everybody that's involved, and I've been, like you mentioned, I've been the head coach during the winter windows. You know, obviously Coach Fernandez is coaching in the NBA right now, so and I love the role of that, and then I love the role of assistant coach in the summertime. No matter what, I don't get caught up in the title, but no matter what we want to call the title it's just my role is to be, you know, the best coach that I can for this team, whether it's a head coach, assistant coach, and I love every second of it. I do. I was so excited to see these guys, and the 8 days that we're together, it goes quick. We've already played one game now, you know, but we got to spend some time here at home and in this city, and now we got to get ready for Nicaragua at their place, and we're going to enjoy this one tonight, and then we just start our preparation tomorrow for game 2.
What is it about international basketball, or specifically this group of players, that gives you that much excitement?
The pure basketball that they play, the honor that they play with, that means so much to them to put the Team Canada jersey on. It's a beautiful thing. I told them that before the game, and that's what we wanted to do. That's the way they play, and that's what we wanted to do to the people that were in the stands today. Maybe it was the first game they ever saw. Maybe it was a kid's first game they ever saw, and hopefully that basketball continues to catch on, because like I mentioned before, it's really building in this country, and there's a lot of good things to come. Thanks, everybody. Oh, yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
On point
Sorry.
basketball. Hey, Coach, no problem. Aaron, you talked about, you know, we've seen you play over many, many years, but a lot of people don't understand, like, we have a commitment of players, so they kind of only looked at the guys that qualified for, you know, the World Cup and came third. But I think, you know, from Aaron, all the years of what you sacrifice also, just talk about, when they did qualify and when they did come in bronze, like what were your thoughts then? Like what was going through your mind? Were you up watching and screaming like the rest of us? The pride that you must feel, because you say it's a small part, but you're a huge part. And I think, what you do defensively, I talk about the kids now, they don't play defensive stance. They want to get charges, but they're up vertical. I think watching you play and your philosophy coach as well is showing a lot to these kids. But how did you feel? And coach, again, obviously it's more than the 12 guys, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. I think the player pool is like, we've had, I think, like 30, 35 or so different athletes over the course of the lead up to the World Cup this past summer. So, yeah, it's like I said before, it's an honor to have been a part of that process and be asked to come and represent Canada. And yeah, when it was happening, I was just like everybody else. I was super excited. I was watching the games overseas. I was talking to my teammates and from all over, and it was the conversation. We were all paying attention to the World Cup and what was happening, and it was nice to see Canada, finally, take that next step, and I'm excited to see, what happens in the Olympics.
Yeah, it's the group of guys like you mentioned. There's been 35, like the players that have contributed. What's so great about it is like when they come in, like on day one of our first day of practice, like they know what to expect. I know what to expect from them. So that's how you can keep building as a program. Everybody that's been a part of it here over the last few years, there's more of an understanding and what to expect, and they do it so well, and they take it even up a level like that you wouldn't even believe. So the huddles that we have together, the practices, it's just, I'm telling you, I know I've said this about 3 or 4 times. I really enjoy coaching this team because of the way that they play and the way that they buy in to everything and to each other. And they are. There's different guys on one window compared to a next, compared to a World Cup or an Olympics or a qualifier, but they all just keep moving right along. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you. Yep.
Thank you.